So do you want to know the best ways to clean your jewelry? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 most common methods used to clean jewelry, but I'm also going to share with you why 2 of them could actually damage your jewelry as well. Now, if this is your first time here on the channel, welcome to That Jewelry Guy. My name's Levon, and here I'll share with you weird and interesting facts about jewelry. And of course, if you need a little bit of advice before purchasing your next piece of jewelry, this is the channel for you. So consider subscribing as well. Now, the 3 methods that we're going to talk about, number 1 is getting it professionally cleaned at a jewelry store. Number 2 is buying an ultrasonic machine that you can use at home. And number 3 is your trusty toothbrush and a bit of water to go with it. So let's start by talking about taking it to a jeweler. Now, first of all, if your jewelry is branded, so if your jewelry is from Tiffany's, Cartier, Bvlgari, if it is from Van Cleef, like wherever your jewelry is from, make sure that you can then take it back to an authorized dealer of that brand for it to be cleaned. And it's very easy to find. Simply visit the brand's website, and most of the time you'll just have to put in your postcode or you'll have to put in your city, and that website will then show you all of the authorized dealers in that area. Now, the reason why that's even important to make sure it's cleaned by an authorized dealer is because a lot of these luxury brands are very picky when it comes into their warranty. So the last thing you want to do is take it to an unauthorized dealer and then end up with it being damaged in some way or another, and the warranty then being voided from the brand itself. So that's why make sure take it to an authorized dealer of that brand for it to be cleaned if that is possible for you. Then second of all, if you have purchased that piece of jewelry from a jewelry store that you can easily get back to, then take it to the same place you purchased it from. The reason for this is they could also, at the same time as cleaning your jewelry, they could check all of the prongs surrounding the center stone as well to make sure everything is nice and tight and nothing is loose. Because when you're wearing a ring throughout the day as well, and throughout maybe weeks, months, or even years, you are going to hit it on things as well. When you're doing that, you are going to start to loosen the prongs surrounding the center stone as well, and then the local jeweler that you purchased from will be able to tighten those at the same time, and they should not do that at any additional cost because it is quite an easy job for them to do, considering they have the tools there as well for you. And then how are they going to clean it? It's normally going to be steam cleaning or an industrial ultrasonic machine. The steam cleaning is using a very high pressured hose where a lot of steam just shoots out of it and basically blasts that piece of jewelry and will get it looking crystal clean as well. And then the industrial ultrasonic machine is basically a super strong vibrating box that the jewelry just gets popped into, and they leave it there for a couple minutes, and that will vibrate all the little pieces of dirt off it as well. Now, the industrial machine, very different to the one that we're going to talk about in part 2 though as well. And now, of course, if you are taking it to a jewelry store though that you do not have a relationship with, make sure that you can see them clean it. It is sad to say, but it has happened where jewelry stores have taken either the stone, the center stone, or taken a few of the stones out of the actual piece of jewelry that you're having cleaned and replaced it with something fake. I'm not saying that everyone will do this, but it has happened, so it's better to be aware of that and just make sure you can see them clean it as well. Now let's move on to point number 2. Point number 2 is your ultrasonic machine. So purchasing one that you can use at home. On Amazon, you'll find these for between $30 to $50. You can see a picture of it on the screen at the moment, so you know what it looks like as well. Now, these are so easy to use. You basically would just plug them in, you would pop your jewelry into the actual machine itself, and it would just start to vibrate very slightly, not like my head, it's not going to vibrate like this. It's only going to vibrate very, very slightly and continuously. What this is going to do is it's going to gradually pull all of the dirt basically off of all of the hard to reach places in your piece of jewelry. Now that's what the ultrasonic machine will do. Normally you'll place in a little bit of warm water or you use a jewelry cleaning solution that you would place inside of that machine as well. Now, going on to part number 3, your toothbrush. Toothbrush, again, very simple. Of course, don't use your current toothbrush, purchase a toothbrush specifically for it. And then all you would do is just use either a little bit of warm water to be able to scrub that piece of jewelry, or a jewelry cleaning solution, or even detergent you can use. That's what's most commonly used, at least. Now, those would be the 3 ways. So now you're probably thinking, what are these two things, Bvlgari? What are these two things that could actually end up damaging my jewelry? Well, number one is actually the ultrasonic machine. Now, this is because of the continuous vibration that you have from the machine itself. A lot of gemstone jewelry, for example, generally will have a lot of inclusions in them. Now, inclusions could look like cracks as well, for example. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. An inclusion in a piece of jewelry is like a birthmark on a baby. You know, some birthmarks make a baby look a little bit cuter and some make them look ugly. So it's all depending on where these inclusions are, but it's normal. It is a natural thing to see in gemstones. Now, thinking about this, these cracks and the continuous vibration that you have of the machine itself, this could actually make the crack grow a little bit. It could crack it a little bit more because it's already quite fragile. And then you could end up with half of a gemstone when you pull your ring out of your ultrasonic cleaner. It's unfortunate, but this kind of stuff does happen. So what I would recommend doing instead, if you do have gemstone jewelry, is you want to, instead of using an ultrasonic machine, 100% just use warm soapy water and clean it that way. Save the possible risk of you having that happen. Some gemstones will be fine because they don't have any clear inclusions in them and you will easily be able to leave them in the ultrasonic machine, but better to be cautious of it compared to just a little bit lazy with it and leave it in that machine as well. I would really just stick in the ultrasonic machine diamonds. Just leave that with diamonds, and everything else from the gemstone category, warm and soapy water is the best possible option. Now, going past the ultrasonic machine, the second thing it could actually end up damaging your piece of jewelry or ruining it is actually the toothbrush. A lot of the time people don't realize this, but if your toothbrush that you're using to clean your piece of jewelry has hard bristles and you're really scrubbing it in there to really get rid of all that dirt, all that cream that you have over your ring, then you could actually end up scratching your gemstone as well. Because when it comes into gemstones, you have hardness and toughness. You have basically one saying, okay, this is how easy it is to scratch the gemstone. Like a diamond, for example, is a 10. So you would need something else that's a 10 to be able to scratch a diamond. And each gemstone category, from sapphires, emeralds, rubies, everything in between, all has a different level. So just being aware of that, I would make sure that if you are to be using a toothbrush to clean your jewelry, make sure to buy, first of all, a soft bristle brush. You don't want to be buying a hard bristle brush, something that is nice and soft, and something that's even preferably made to clean jewelry, not made to clean your teeth, because these are two totally different things. And another thing that a lot of people are unaware of when it comes into actually cleaning their piece of jewelry is what you're using to clean it. Now, because with jewelry you have the hardness, the toughness, but you also have stability. Stability is how much does chemicals affect your gemstone that you own, how much does light affect your gemstone that you own, and how much does heat affect the gemstone that you own as well. Now, depending on the specific gemstone will depend on how it holds up against these things. But quite commonly, a lot of alkalines can actually end up damaging a gemstone. Now, this could be in maybe detergent, this could be maybe even in toothpaste as well. And this isn't something that's going to generally happen right away from like day one, but this is something that could end up being apparent in your actual gemstone over the years of you cleaning it this way. So make sure if you are to be using something to clean your gemstone apart from warm water, make sure that you are using a jewelry cleaner. This way it just removes the possibility of, if I am going to be using this, does it have something in it that could actually damage the gemstone? Now, I'm not saying that all gemstones are the same, but it's better in case, if you want to go in for yourself and do the research yourself, you can 100%, and make sure that you check out the stability of your gemstone. But if you just want to be cautious of it instead, then simply buy a jewelry cleaner to be cleaning your gemstones with. And of course, it's going to be different too when it comes down to diamonds as well. But we're going to talk about that in another video though as well.